Hello there. We're going to take a look at two-step equations today, which are very similar to one-step equations, but obviously we have two steps instead of one. First off, a tip. The easiest way to solve any multi-step equation, doesn't matter if there's 2 steps or if there's 100 steps, the easiest way to do it is to go backwards with the order of operations. So you want to cancel out any addition and subtraction you have first, then cancel out any multiplication and division. We aren't going to be really dealing with parentheses and definitely not exponents with our two-step equations, so you don't have to worry about that. But the easiest way to do this is to do addition and subtraction first, multiplication and division second. It is possible to do the multiplication and division first, but sometimes you're going to end up with fractions until your final answer. So it's always easiest to start with addition and subtraction. So here we've got a couple of examples. So I've got 5x plus 8 equals 23. Well, I said in my tip on the last slide, I want to start by canceling out any addition and subtraction first. And here, I've got some addition. I've got this plus 8. And if I'm eventually going to solve for this x, which means I'm going to have x equals something. When I'm solving for this x doesn't move. Everything else on the side of the equal sign will move, but not this x. So I'm going to cancel out my plus 8 right here for starters. I'm going to have minus 8 on both sides. We should remember that 8 minus 8, these will cancel, which will leave me with 5x over here. And if I have 23 minus 8, that's going to give me 15. So now I have 5x equals 15, and to get x by itself, I now need to do the opposite of what I have, and since we remember any coefficient and a variable together means we have multiplication, so we want to divide both sides by 5. And this will give me x equals 3. We remember that the 5's here cancel, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So x equals 3 is my answer. And remember, it's important to say that x equals 3 for your answer, not just the number 3. Eventually, we will be doing problems where you may have more than one thing you're trying to find. And it's important to say which of the things you're finding is your answer. For the second problem down here, same thing. We want to start by canceling out any addition and subtraction. Well, first off, we notice we have subtraction here, but the minus sign is with the y. We know we want to cancel out this 20, but if this 20 is positive, we need to cancel it out by subtracting. So since this 20 was positive, we have to subtract. If the 20 were negative, we would add, but this negative sign goes with the y, not the 20. So those two will cancel out. The negative doesn't go away. The negative is going to stay with the y right here. And then on the other side, 26 minus 20 will give me 6. So now this sort of looks funny because we've got y by itself, there's no numbers with it, but we've got this negative sign. Well, if I've got negative y, this counts as negative 1y. We don't always write the 1, but it counts as a negative 1. So now, in order to get y by itself, I need to divide both sides by negative 1. The negative 1 and the negative 1 will cancel over here, which will give me y by itself. But then over here, when I have 6 divided by negative 1, this is going to give me a negative 6. And so my answer here is y equals negative 6. Not just negative 6, but y equals negative 6.